2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Spencer Ware taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Butker now to kick this one away. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Tannehill now to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there. That's for sure. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. Going for the deep ball. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Well, the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, it's 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer. Exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive. Stop them on the first drive defensively.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. He couldn't hook up with Amendola there.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
INT. Here's Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So that throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
3 down. Left.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looks like one of those guys.
Now here's Mahomes. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
So now here come the Dolphins. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. Going deep here for Stitt. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Trying to get it that time to Stills. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
3 down. Motion. Pump.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Ware takes the gun from Mahomes, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you. Ace. Left. 52's the mic, boy. 52.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He's going to go deep for Conley. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. He's going to try and go deep again. He's got a man complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards.
Base. Lock. Go.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Trying to lay one up deep. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it go again. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Hey, 20. 50, Mike, 50. Base. Here we go. Go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
50.
Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one goes for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here you go, Tiger. Hut. Base. Check your hot read. Check three. Deuce. Hey, 20.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Chris Jones in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. D. Ford in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And the pressure gets to him again. D. Ford in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Left, 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 left. 4 down, 4 down.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Finding some room at midfield. And down to the 27-yard line. And give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
4 down, check. 4 down, 4 down. Left, 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 left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
On 2nd down, Williams. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Eighth. That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this.
You got 4. You got 4.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them in bed. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
I'm here all day. Pick the edge. Go, go. Shift.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Spencer Ware with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Let's go. We out.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Right there.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
50.
They run it with Balaj. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off. Because the quarterback was struggling a little bit.
Balaj trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Here we go.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Tannehill going deep here for Stills. That's caught inside the 20. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, Tannehill forced out to his left. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Tannehill finding Stills, and it's a Dolphin first down. This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Let's go. Get set. Hey, 20.
To the air again, Tannehill. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Chris Jones able to drop him for a loss of 4. Here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Sanders is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And this one is incomplete. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than it is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now Tannehill. He sets to fire deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one goes for 36 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
To throw is Tannehill. Dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back for pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
Hey, 20.
On fourth down, Tannehill. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Call it a pickup of 7. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on fourth.
Watch that inside his right. Left. 3 down. Slow. Ace. Slow.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz. In this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that fourth down.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's second down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And he finds Stills, complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket, that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the sackmaster, Justin Houston, who comes up with it. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, you got 3.
In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively, you absolutely.
After the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Go! 3 down.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And he'll win it over the middle. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Left. Slow. Left.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. It's complete to Chris Conley. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Back now in Miami. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
3 down. Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Hold the look. Hold.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And out come the Dolphins now. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Run. Mike's 50. Go! Run.
2nd and 10. Tannehill once more. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And this one's incomplete. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
He goes underneath to Drake, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Flushed out right. And no, it's incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent, because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down, and of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.